everyone. I hope you guys are all doing good. I hope you can see me all right. It is late afternoon, early evening, and my son is over there. So my light is not the best right now. It's kind of dark in here. In any case, I was just thinking about the nicer weather coming. We have spring that we're just coming into, and summer is right around the corner. And these are my favorite times of the year. I love the nicer, warmer weather. And every year, I guess around this time, I start to wonder if I'm going to be able to keep up with all the things that I was able to do the year before, and if I might possibly be able to do more. And I guess all this type of thinking started in 2013 with my original COPD diagnosis, and then not long after that, maybe about 6 months later, also in 2013, they figured out the PAH side of it for me. And I guess when I went home from that diagnosis, I started researching PH and COPD and what it meant for me, and I wondered if I would even be around at this time. And I'm happy to say I still am. And after that, my next bump in the road was in 2015 with the congestive heart failure, and I ended up in the hospital in September of 2015 with my pH worsening and the congestive heart failure showing up, and being put on oxygen at that time. So then when I got out of the hospital in the fall of that year, coming out of winter, I wondered how much I would even be able to be doing, and again, if I would be around for another couple of years. And here we are heading into summer, or spring and summer of 2018, and every year I seem to get a little bit stronger, but at the same time I always wonder how much activity am I going to be able to handle, in the nicer weather, and getting out and about, and am I still going to be able to walk around outside as much as I could, and just keep up with everything that I would like to do, with hanging out at the pool and swimming, and just some golfing, of course, with a golf cart, and all of this is always with O2. But yeah, I find myself wondering that every year, and maybe some of you guys do too. I don't let it worry me too much. I try to plan some things, but at the same time stay in the moment with how I'm feeling at the time. And so what's kind of nice about this year is we have the new baby coming. My daughter is expecting at the beginning of May, and as a lot of you could probably guess, whenever you have grandkids, it gives you the excuse to do more, things like the zoo and other activities that kind of get you out and about a little bit more. So we're pretty excited about that. As far as things that I have always done a lot of in the past, it's walking. Last year I tried some biking, and I was able to do it. We ended up hooking up a B tank, and as long as I have continuous flow and I'm able to turn it up to accommodate, it worked out great for around here in the neighborhood. Now the challenge that we're trying to tackle is there a way to hook up a larger tank to the bikes so that we can go do some of the bike trails and stuff that we used to do. I've also looked into motorized bikes, the electric ones, which if anybody has one, I'd be curious to know what your thoughts are on it. I'd kind of like to stick to the pedals because the idea is to get exercise and to get stronger, but at the same time, Even just being able to get out and about. You can pedal the electric ones, and then use the electric only when you want. So I don't know, I guess the thing that I'm most worried about with the electric is the weight. So if anybody's used one or has any opinions or thoughts or has been able to try one, it would be great to hear your feedback on that. Again, we'll do some golfing this year, it would be with a golf cart, and all of my activities are done with O2, of course. And then, I like to get back in the pool and swim, and let's see, what other kind of stuff do we try to do? Outdoor shopping centers and stuff like that. We just try to take as much advantage of the outside as we can when the weather's nice. We have long winters here, and so it just really feels good to get out and about when you can. So I am looking forward to testing my lungs out this summer and seeing how strong they might be. I know some other things that I wanted to try doing, and I might do this yet before it gets warm enough to be outside, is I just found out that there's a new rock climbing wall in a nearby city, and it's supposed to be huge. And I just thought that sounds like a ton of fun, so I might take a tank with me there of continuous and see if I can climb the rock wall. It would be a nice challenge, something different that I haven't done, and just anything that I can do that can build strength and stamina. I just find all that super helpful, and I usually feel better for doing it, and I think it contributes to my getting stronger all the time. So, I guess aside from the minor setbacks and letting your mind run away with you, if you just keep working at something every day, even if it's just a little bit, it will definitely go a long ways towards keeping you going and keeping you healthy and moving forward. I think it's a huge part of managing these diseases, both COPD and the PAH, and even congestive heart failure, because the heart is a muscle. So the more it's exercised, within reason, of course. I know that with my doctor, I asked him what was the heart rate that it was safe for me to push to. And once he gave me that information, that's basically what I did, was push to that heart rate. And he said, once I get there, don't stay there too long. It's just to get your heart going and moving. And then once I knew that, I was able to push, and I found that it took me longer and longer to get that target heart rate. Even though you're not able to stay there long, it doesn't take long of repetitive work to keep pushing how long you can do something to longer and longer times. And for anybody who's just starting out or who just got diagnosed, don't forget that even a couple minutes, 30 seconds, I know that when I started with everything, I started doing things just 30 seconds at a time. I would get on a treadmill for 30 seconds at a time. Or I would, I had a mini trampoline in, the little ones that you have in the house. I would do that for a few seconds at a time, when I didn't even feel confident enough to be on a treadmill, really, because I was afraid that if I got out of breath, I wouldn't be able to shut it off. I did the mini trampoline, and that way I could just put it next to a chair, get up on there for a few minutes, like a few seconds, literally. If I could just do 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds. And then once I felt strong enough to actually control the treadmill and not get out of breath, I moved to that. But so, and it doesn't even have to be the trampoline. You can do arm exercises and breathing exercises. Just the point is to just do anything that you can do to start strengthening yourself and continue to build on that. And that's what I did. And I feel like I live a pretty normal life with a little extra planning for my oxygen. So in other words, what most people can do, I can do, aside from running and stuff like that, obviously. But what most people can do, I can do. It just takes me a little bit longer, or I might have to plan a little bit more to accommodate it. But I still like to participate. And so I look forward to the coming summer, and I'd like to hear some of what you guys plan for the upcoming nicer weather. And for those of you that are lucky enough to already be in the nicer weather, what are some of the things that you're doing that you feel proud of and that you've accomplished? I'd love to hear these things. And don't forget, if you like my videos, please click like. And new subscribers are always nice. Have a good one, you guys.